Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Oh man, this is oh man. I didn't expect myself to review something like this, and if I did, I didn't expect it to be this filled with so much yumminess. Let's just get right down to it. Riddled Corpse's EX is a twin stick shooter made in the style of 816-bit arcade games. In this post-apocalyptic world where zombies roam the streets, you must shoot your way through the waves of the undead looking for survivors by playing any character of choice and finding a way to stop the crisis. Let's go all the way back to 2008 up till 2012. Now, overhead games is still coming out, especially overhead zombie games, and it's too many of them. I came across one on the PS3 that sold pretty well to the point where even I thought it was pretty good, and that is Dead Nation. I don't know if that's the actual name of the game. If it's not, then please forgive me. I'll put the photo right here so it can be on my side, okay? Anyway, me and my friend, which is my best friend now, we have gone through so much tough times when it comes to us coming across hidden gems such as animes and games and movies. We came across Dead Nation and we loved it. We walked into the overhead style of zombie genre because we love zombie games. We've grown into zombie games. And so did a lot of fans. So did a lot of fans end up liking this game. So when things sell well, when things end up being successful, when they own creativity, here come the ripoffs. Ripoffs that we end up coming across with after Dead Nation was Zombie Apocalypse. Now, Zombie Apocalypse is just like Dead Nation, but lacking the creativity since they ripped away the creativity that made this game end up being released and showing the light of day. It had fucked up me and my best friend's interest so much to the point where we stood away from any overhead game, zombie or not. And let's just say I came across Riddled Corpse's EX on a PS5 and I seen it, I still wanted to stay away from it. But I watched the trailer pulled me in, and then they had a good deal on it, $4.99. No and I bought it. Now, how do I like this game? I love it. I love it so much. It has taken me out of that grave of me just not liking any more overhead shooting zombie games. Same thing with Need for Speed Unbound. I was done with racing games. I was done with the whole racing genre of games, but Need for Speed Unbound put me out of that state and make me liking racing games more. Same thing with this. I came across it, I saw it, I ended up loving it, and I gotten back into overhead games again. This is good. This is good that it's beginning to make me feel that love again. Let me like these things again. And it did not disappoint at all aspects. I rarely have anything bad to say about this game. The story of the game, if you can give it that, is really lackluster. I think that's like one of the pet peeve issues of the games, that is lacking story. But I feel like this game can't really justify the package of the story's criminology. You're not going to buy this game because of the story itself. A lot of people don't buy zombie games because of the story. They buy because of the gameplay, and they buy because of how compelling can the game be when it comes to you being addicted. And Riddled Corpses has succeeded on both of those aspects. The game starts off by you finding survivors and you picking the character of choice. If you don't have enough money when you first start, of course, you have to work your way through it. You play as this guy named John. and you work your way through grinding through the waves of enemies by doing 5 stages and just hoping that you can have enough coins that you find through progression by you taking down enemies and getting that character that you need to help you along your journey. I was completely engaged in all aspects of me just shooting my way through enemies, going through different waves, shooting down all types of enemy types, because you have dogs, you have enemies that will shoot beams at you, you have freaking big ass Grim Reaper executions that look like the motherfuckers from Resident Evil 5 and shit. And it gets hellishly like intense real quick. So you can use your money to level up your character, or you can use your money to buy other characters, which each of these characters have their own different unique ways of how you can play with them and how can you progress through the story. By each of these characters having their own different types of move sets, they all play the same, but they all have their own different varieties of how you use them. Like Chloe. I like Chloe because when you play as each character, and when you earn money, you have to run around and collect them. But with Chloe, she's a magnet, and that's her ability. The money just comes towards you. Now, there are other things that you can collect, such as collectibles and items that you can use to blow away enemies, such as dynamite. You having a time span so you can press a button and then time will stop, and then you can just shoot enemies while time is in pause for like 10 seconds. That stuff really do help a lot, especially if you're playing on a single player mode. I've been playing this game by myself, and those items do help a lot no matter what character you're using, even if you max them out. But that's the point I'm making. Each of these characters have their own ways of how they can progress through the game, so you have to choose it wisely and level them up in a way where you think is acceptable. Which can be another problem, which is the grinding feature. Some people may thought that the grinding on here was way too repetitive, especially when you don't even get that much gold. But I didn't have no problem with it. I thought the grind was pretty fine. I did not think that was a problem. In fact, it made me want to choose other modes, since this game has so many other modes, such as challenge mode, arcade mode, survival mode. I thought that the grind was pretty good, and if you got tired of it, choose a different stage, choose a different mode, choose a different character. There's other options for you to choose from. So I feel like for people that find that the grind is repetitive, they haven't really tried those modes out, or they've been playing the game by themselves, which they don't really have no type of scenarios of how they can make their brain more fluid of how to enjoy this game properly. This game's design, the pixelated design, I love it. I love it so much. It brings me back to those old times when I was a kid, playing games like this late at night, like around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I love the pixelated gesture, especially when it comes to the detailization of these bosses. Each of these bosses have different types of forms, so I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was putting me into the edge of my seat, especially when they transform and then they change their whole moveset of how they're gonna attack you and shoot projectiles at you. Yeah, the game can put you on the edge of your seat for a pixelated shooter, and I was not disappointed at that. I thought it was a very good challenge mindset of me getting over these obstacles and just me seeing what's next in the next stage. And if you really want to have so much fun, I suggest you play it with your friends. Your friends would definitely love this game, especially if you play it online. Which is what I want to talk about. Why is there no online feature on here? This would be perfect if I can play online with my buddy. But instead, they want to go too much on a retro aspect, and then they want you to bring a friend over and play it, I guess. But we're over that. We are over that. One of my friends that I game shared with, I told him about this game, and he downloaded it from my account, and as soon as he found out that the game wasn't online co-op, he deleted it. And I feel like a lot of people wouldn't do this, because I feel like people don't really play by themselves on games like this, and I feel like this would be a lot more fun if you want to play with your friends, especially if you want to upgrade and level up your character and get all the characters unlocked in a fast-pacing tone. You're gonna beat this game pretty quickly if you have friends with you. But by this game not having an online co-op option, it's a letdown. It's disappointing. It's like, why not? Why not put that on here? But I feel like it kind of makes sense because by this game being the way it is and being made by an indie publisher, and they did good. They did well. I'm not shitting on them. I'm trying to understand why. They probably just don't want to put the servers on here because how many people are going to play this game? How many people are going to enjoy this game? And how many people are going to go back and play this game back and forth? They probably thought about it and they was like, you know what, I'm not, no, let's just cut the servers off. If they want to play with their friends, have them friends fucking come over. So I get it. I understand. By a person who makes novels and people get mad at me by not putting my books on Amazon because I might just get 30 sales on it, even though I spend an arm and leg doing a publishing on Amazon. I get it. I understand. So yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like this game should not be overlooked. It should not be pushed aside. And by my best friend that's watching, it should not have been deleted. Give this game a shot. If they still got the deal of the game being $4.99, cuff it, buy it. It's way worth it. This game is so addicting. I'm gonna have to give Riddled Corpses EX an A. I love coming across games like this. This game is one of these games that's gonna play a very big place in my heart when it comes to be memorizing how much fun I've played and how much hours I spent playing it. And I like games like this. It's not stressful. Like, I don't get mad when I die. You don't get hit one time and you die. You got 3 lives. So the game is reasonable when it comes to you having fun and just knowing that players are going to get pissed off if you get hit one time, especially when you have overly waves of enemies. I wish Broforce can learn from that shit. I wish a lot of other games like this can learn from that shit. But we all have to be different in certain areas of aspects of them releasing stuff like this. At the end of the day, I hope people that watch my reviews take my recommendation seriously, because only a handful of people will actually take my recommendation seriously. But other than that, that's all I have to say. Please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher, and you guys have a good day.